Zeus! You that rule from Mount Ida, most glorious, most great. You the sun, whose eyes, whose ears miss nothing in this world. You rivers and you earth. You powers of the world below that make the souls of dead men pay for perjury. All these mark the question I put to the god.
Now, his name is Agamemnon, commander of all the Greeks.
12 long months our fleet has waited to sail against Troy. 12 long months the men have stayed on the beach eating their hearts out in boredom. 12 long months the ships and ropes have rotted in the water while cowards creep away. But still the wind blows against us.
It's true. For nearly a year we've been trying to launch this attack against Troy. Now, from this crow's nest of mine, I can see the ships. 9,000 of them. Reeling over from the gale that won't even let them out of harbour. So long they've been like that, it looks as if they're growing there.
What have we done?
Agamemnon!
Ah, now that's Calchas, the high priest.
Put your question to the god!
Then what have we done to offend him? And how must we gain the south wind for Troy?
First one, and then the other. You shall be told.
Zeus, where you be, this you shall be called of me. If this name you love to bear, great King of earth and sea and air, one there was who reigned of old. Now his name is no more told. Huge with wrath and filled with hate, great Zeus at last rules in his place.
Bring me the portent.
Now, it seems to me you don't know enough. First of all, we're in Greece, right on the very edge of it. Over there, beyond those walls, a place called WILES, 1,000 ships are gathered to take Agamemnon's troops to Troy. Why Troy, you ask? I'll tell you. Menelaus, Agamemnon's younger brother, that's him standing over there by the commander. He's had his wife, Helen, stolen from him by a Trojan prince, Paris by name. Now, of course he wants to get her back, so he and his brother Agamemnon have collected all the armed men in Greece to go and attack Troy. The trouble is, the gods won't send us the right wind to get us there.
Blood! Nothing but blood. Bring me the other bird. This one has no liver.
No liver, what does that mean?
That you have offended Artemis. It is she who sends the north wind against you.
What have I done to offend her?
Once on a stag hunt, you killed the beast with one blow of your long shadowed spear, did you not?
It's happened many times.
Did you not say Artemis herself could not have done better?
A joke! She cannot be angry with me for that.
Yet more blood! Again, no liver.
What does that mean?
It's worse than I thought. The goddess invokes the blood curse of Atreus.
Blood, 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 blood.
Now listen now, this bit's important.
2 men!
2 men.
One Atreus.
My father?
The other his brother Thyestes. 2 brothers. Both sons of Pelops, grandsons of Tantalus, intimate of the old gods who ruled before Zeus.
But with only hatred between them.
Atreus! Father seized Argos and took Aerope to wife. Thyestes lusted for her and won her. Atreus discovered this, went wild with rage. Thyestes was driven from Argos, leaving his sons behind. Days passed, months. Atreus was invited to return, saying all had been forgiven. A meal was prepared. A huge pie, containing the hacked up bodies of Thyestes' sons. Oh, cousin brothers! When Atreus had shown him what he'd eaten, Thyestes laid a curse against him. Only blood would come of his line. One son remained, a child Aegisthus, now 7 years old. Atreus said, pretending to be his father, "You must kill your uncle Thyestes." Thyestes woke to find his own son standing over him with a sword. "What is this? I am your father." "Atreus is the one you must kill, Aegisthus. Take your sword and for the sake of your little slaughtered brothers, sink it into your uncle's guts." Aegisthus, 7 years old, did so. He killed Agamemnon's father. "May the gods curse him!" Agamemnon drove Aegisthus and his father from Argos once again.
Justice! Justice! Nothing but justice!
Was it justice what your father did, giving Thyestes and his own sons to eat?
He slept with my father's wife. Anyway, he had his revenge. He killed my father. The blood curse is at an end.
Aegisthus still lives, a grown man now.
But far away. Seek no vengeance on him for killing my father.
Is Menelaus, not your brother, another son of Atreus?
He is.
Then the curse still holds good, and the north wind blows and blows.
What can we do to lay it in the dust? We have no quarrel with Aegisthus now. It's this new insult from the Trojans which concerns us more.
I can't tell you. It's too big a thing for a mere priest.
Mark this priest. A lot of people don't trust him. He was once a Trojan himself, but by consulting the oracle here at Delphi, he learned how Greece would one day conquer Troy. So in fear, some say, he stayed on. And now he's more Greek than the Greeks.
And there is a way.
Don't ask me.
And summon the oracle herself. All Greece pants to wage this war against Troy. If the gods demand in payment, we must be told.
Call her.
I am here.
Yes, my friend.
Agamemnon,
Mother of us all, voice of the god himself.
you have 4 children.
4 apples of my eye, Orestes my son, and 3 daughters each fairer than the other.
Remember these names.
Electra, Iphigenia, and Chrysothemis, innocents all, beloved of their mother.
If Troy must fall, and fall she must, one of these must come to dust.
God, no! Blood, 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 blood.
Iphigenia must die here at the altar. The goddess demands it.
Blood, 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 blood.
Refuse, and the wind continues. Agree, sacrifice your child, and it will change. However, you have one alternative.
Tell me.
Hand over the command of the army to another. Return home, plough your fields. Let Troy fall without you.
Let others lead the victory against Troy, you mean?
You have the choice.
Never!
As always, the gods leave the decision to man. But as always, the decision rests upon his own head, squarely there.
Now, I have made my choice. It is my army.
Be warned, blood follows blood. The curse which started with your father and even further back in time is not over yet. Kill your daughter as commanded, but as ripple surely follows ripple when a stone is cast, blood and yet more blood must flow.
Is it shown in the oracle that I should lead victory against Troy?
After 9 more years, yes.
And there is your answer. Send for my daughter Iphigenia. She'll be killed as the goddess demands. Then, one good turn deserving another, the wind will change and we'll sail for Troy. For Troy!
how Phineas in full. You'll find it in history books. On Agamemnon's page. Did these things really happen once? Did I really exist? Nah. What is history but myth? What is myth but story passed in from myth? Be assured of this. Belief can make a thing happen. It's happened. You can see Troy still. Well, dusted it anyway. You can certainly see the lion gates of Mycenae. It was there that Queen Clytemnestra first heard that their husband was sending for their daughter, Iphigenia.
What does he want with her?
A betrothal, great queen. She is to be wedded to heroic Achilles himself.
Achilles?
Well, actually, Agamemnon tried to warn his wife, telling her on no account to let me have the girl. But his brother, Menelaus, anxious for the sacrifice, intercepted the letter and ordered me on pain of death to hold my tongue. Knowing Menelaus, I hope.
And what does great Achilles say?
Lady, he wishes nothing better. Actually, he knows nothing about it.
Very well. She will be brought to you. And may Zeus bless this happy union.
Amen to that. So, Iphigenia was delivered to me, and I conveyed her with due alacrity to Aulis. That damn north wind was still blowing.
She dies in a good cause, doesn't she? As soon as she dies, the bitter.
Poor child!
But the quicker she dies, the quicker he'll hoist us out for Troy.
To the war!
Apollo! Here, Saviour! Apollo, son of Zeus! Blessed be thy name, Apollo! Sorrow. Deep sorrow. Let good prevail.
Man must suffer to be wise.
Oh, I don't know. These are fairly unlikely times on the whole. Now, in the old days,
In the days of Uranus and Gaia, Cronus and Prometheus.
and before then, the even older gods, Tammuz and Ishtar, Attis and Sebel.
Man was never allowed a choice. Everything was chaos and disorder, and the gods ruled without a reason.
It's do this, do that, all the time. And woe betide you if you didn't jolly well get on and do it.
Vengeance, vengeance was all.
Now at least things are better. With Zeus and the other gods, you're allowed a choice. But you still have to do what they want.
Well, you'll catch it just the same, so the ends haven't changed. Just the means which is different.
Apollo! Here, Saviour! Apollo, son of Zeus! Blessed be thy name, Apollo!
I ask you, what choice does Agamemnon have?
He could give the command of the army to someone else, couldn't he?
And be branded a coward for life. Never!
I'll dance for the girl.
Women's games.
you turn away? Is it true what my senses do tell me? Do you mean to kill me? Yet they told me it was to be my marriage day.
My sweet peaceful child.
Let God say kill her!
The only place where wisdom dwells. Stay with your hand marked by this blood, whose ill winds that check our ship of state and bring all reeling with thwarted vengeance. Artemis, great daughter of a greater god, moderate your fury.
Oh, you gods, take her swiftly!
Now, great Artemis, accept her 3 libations. The first to the Olympian gods. The second to the ancient heroes. The third to the creator of all things living and dead. Zeus, the ruler of the universe.
If the wind does not die.
It just died. Just died. Zeus has died. The winds have died. I can see the ships bobbing at their anchors. No longer reeling over wind struck but upright now. All is still. The men look up amazed. Their left sides no longer wind-blasted. Now the waves begin their dance the other way. The ships heel over. The south wind has started to blow us to joy.
Oh, thank the gods!
Bear her away. She has done her share for the Greeks. Great king, remember what the Pythoness said. Blood follows blood. War is not over yet. It's just begun.
War is the time for blood, priest. The ship's proud soldiers of Greece. We sail for Troy tonight. For Troy!
Yes, we sailed to Troy that night. We'd heard from the oracle it would be away 9 years. This year's for 20. None of us really cared that night. After all that hanging about on the beach, it was a pleasure to be away. Not everyone rejoiced. Clytemnestra, for example, didn't rejoice at all that night.
Death! Now by the great gods I swear a vengeance that will be handed on till the end of time. My beloved daughter, dead!
Weep for a mother, is he her king?
Slew his daughter that he might go to Troy. Ye gods, I think I'm going mad with fury. Listen, Zeus, if you ever did love my mother, that letter you ravished in the shape of a swan, hear this mother's curse.
Weep for a mother, deceive her king.
Death. That is my curse. Death by this hand. Or if not by this hand, then let him know that even now his very juice of life is drying up. In this very instant he is dying, no matter where he is, nor in what strong health he stands. Now the cells of his body begin their stealthy revolt. His His eyes glaze. His veins close up. His lungs begin to gather phlegm. The muscles of his heart stagger once. They will never be so strong again. All Greece is dying, Agamemnon. For as its king and leading prince, you have reached the peak and now descend the other side. And Clytemnestra rejoices. Better by far to find your death beneath the wall of Troy than face her fury. Death to the father. Death to the king. Death to the husband who has slain a mother's love. Death.
The Pythoness said it, the Pythoness meant it. Blood will follow blood.
Agamemnon was given a choice, but he chose to ignore it.
The blood-cursed Atreus goes on and on. Like Estes spoke it.
Wait till Aegisthus appears.
Will it end then?
No, not for another 20 years.
Nurse! Silencer! Fetch my children!
Come, my dad, my little vision. Come to your mother.
Oh, my dear ones, my poor remaining children. Take you too.
Clytemnestra's 3 remaining children, Orestes, Electra, and Chrysothemis, not grown as you see them here, infants still, their reason shaken by their mother's grief.
Did he butcher you also? You're frightened. My poor Orestes, my dear son, how pale you are. Scar on your brow, you have it still. You fell once while chasing a fawn with your sister. You brushed it away. Mistress, let them take them from you. They don't understand you, but this they understand. From this moment forth, they have no father.
Alas, mother, has he been killed?
In all but deed. Now take them back to the palace. I have a whole new life to put on.
Come, my dad, my little vision. This is no place for you.
But I think I shall remember it.
Does he? Does he remember it?
For 20 years he thinks of nothing else.
Clytemnestra, do you remember me?
He is here. He has come.
True is it?
No, I do not think you remember.
Is it him?
Watch.
Odysseus, son of Laertes.
The very one. Hearing of your daughter's death, and of your husband's departure from Troy, I hastened to your side to bring you consolation.
Oh, what? She is nothing but a lecher.
Why not? She has no husband now.
Did you not kill Agamemnon's father when you were only 7 years old?
Where I killed once, I can again.
Where she kisses him?
I should prepare his bed for you.
Aegisthus!
The god, Hermes!
I know you, Hermes. I bring you a warning from Zeus. Stop now, Aegisthus, before it's too late. Remember Orestes. Kill the father and the son. There'll always be another son to carry the blood feud further.
Atreus made my father eat his sons.
In dying by your hands, Atreus paid the price.
Not enough. Does Zeus forbid my action?
Not forbid, but choose wrongly, and the sin is yours.
Then my choice was made.
Justice should be tempered with pity and humanity. Moral good is the goal of all man's searching. Until this is obtained, the blood feud will go on and on.
That suits me. My mind's made up.
You humans. Even the gods must bow to necessity sometimes. But there's this man! Well, mark this. Humility is needed when dealing with the gods. Remember that, and you'll go to your grave like that man does.
Welcome to sunny Troy. empty, dusty plain. Every day sees scenes like this. Go on your feet. Next day, you have to die like your brothers. Day after, like your sons. Oh, so many people have died. I mean, remember when we first found out from the oracle how long it would take to conquer Troy? The king of Delos said, now there's a wily old bird for you. Now, why don't you just come and stay with me? Then clip across to Troy in time for victory. That's a good idea, I wish we had.
Tell us about the war.
Oh, boring, boring, boring.
Oh, there must have been some fighting.
Yes, Achilles fights Agamemnon. Agamemnon fights Achilles. Nestor fights Menelaus. And everybody fights Odysseus.
But they're all on the same side.
Yes. In between times, they fight the Trojans. They do say Achilles has never forgiven Agamemnon for killing Iphigenia at Taurus. He really thought he was going to marry her that day, you know. Oh, hang on, here they come now. You'll see what I mean.
Oh, I positively refuse to take the field with Achilles again. Everyone laughed at my tactics.
Truth to tell, brother, but they are a bit laughable at times. Don't tackle the main gate. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh
Well, it
dear.
should have worked. Run and rush forward so early and put my men against the city wall.
You were too slow, that's why.
I'm too slow. Well, I have you know that.
My trouble is I can never remember what I'm supposed to do.
Oh,
Odysseus.
How can you be so stupid? Sometimes I'm sure you don't know which side you're fighting on.
Say that again, Nestor. Doing my best now, Master.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Agamemnon. I really am. I didn't mean to. Oh no. Here comes Achilles now. You can blame him for everything.
No, I positively refuse to address a single word. It's very demoralising for everybody when he appears in public like that.
You know these Myrmidons, sharks, my man.
He's such a bad man.
Oh, great king.
Ho yourself! It's an apology you want should come to the wrong address. You haven't stood out there flashing your great shield in our eyes. Or when in Priam's palace by dinner time today.
I found a way to end the war.
You what? What war?
Oh, wait,
Yes. You needn't expect me to thank you. The whole thing would have ended years ago if you'd have shown some cooperation.
Cooperation?
Put some clothes on for a start. Other your,
I suppose you'd better tell us, but I warn you, I can't stay long. I'm fighting in single combat with Paris at 6.
Paris will win. By 7 they'll be dragging your body around the city wall by the heels.
Thanks very much.
And talking of heels, Achilles, well, I dare say you'd better come in, but won't be pleased then.
Tell us about Agamemnon. Have you heard that Odysseus has moved into his palace in Argos?
He's heard rumours, but he doesn't know what he's plotting.
And does he know things of his dead daughter? The one he killed in the palace?
Even Agamemnon isn't made out of stone. You've seen those nightmares he has. He has them every night.
They say its biggest fear is that the oracle was wrong, that he'll never capture Troy, and Iphigenia was killed for nothing.
They tell us justice can come from suffering. I do hope they're right.
But
I
what
hope
is
most
the
of us
secret?
are not.
What is the secret weapon, Agamemnon?
Odysseus. I don't trust Epheus. He's a Phocian from Parnassus. And anyone with all those P's in his name must be a phony.
Yes, he claims to have the message from Athene herself.
There you are, man's a liar. No goddess would ever talk to a Phocian.
But what form would this secret weapon take? I'll show you. Oh God, here's another.
Damn news.
What is it? It's a horse.
Can I ride it?
You go bang! It's a wooden horse.
A wooden horse?
I'm sure it goes bang!
No, see, the idea is to fill it with soldiers.
It doesn't have to be little soldiers.
It's a model wooden horse.
A modern wooden horse, anyone could see that.
You see, the idea is that we build a big one, you see. Huge. Bigger even than this tent. Then we leave it on the beach. We sail away. Trojans think it's a gift from the gods. Drag it into their city and they will.
They'll do that. It's a very simple thing to do. I'm Phocian. I've had this idea, you see, for a secret weapon. You see, it takes something, you put it in the sky,
And then, when night comes, our soldiers come out of the horse, open the city gates, we return in the dark, and, well, The city is ours.
Well, personally, I don't trust any idea that can't be summarised on the back of a postage stamp.
Well, that's because that's the size of your head. Hey ho, I must be off to fight with Paris.
Oh, come along too. You might need some bits and pieces.
Well,
No, I don't like it.
Oh, I don't know, Agamemnon. It could be quite good.
No, take my word for it, Achilles. No wooden horse will ever capture Troy.
Surprising thing was,
It did.
after 10 long years of blood and death, the walls of Troy were finally breached. Thanks to this little music. That's Cassandra, daughter of the Trojan queen, a prophetess in her own right, but cursed by Apollo whose advances she has scorned, left her prophecies believed. Unhappy princess.
Mother, is it you? Weep, my child, let the tears run, for there's no more to be gained by Trojan discipline. After he has hated God of a hated king, why do you come to mock us?
I bring messages from the victorious Greeks.
What will they do with us? Will they kill us?
All must go, some as wives and some as slaves. You, lady, are chosen by Odysseus. Your daughter
Not Cassandra, no.
is claimed by Agamemnon. I must take her to him.
Oh, do not weep, mother. He's so put on, mother. Do you not hate him? And I'll bring this what a king has done.
Oh, cursed Greek, your cursed life led in a cursed grave. And me too, that fling beside you naked. Oh, mother, now if I see my own infant, I go into order.
Not as his slave, lady, but as his second wife. Come, his ship's awaiting.
I think I've seen a dragon as a matcher.
Oh, great gods, how much more must I live to see?
out, out, you dog!
Come, my children, let us go like Trojans to our death.
Faster than the eagle's wings, the news is carried. Troy has fallen, from beacon to mountaintop to mountaintop, from Ida to Hermes, crag on Lemnos, hence to Arthur, rock of Zeus, crossing the Aegean astride, Macystus heights, thence to the Messippian plains, to the Kythron and the Sassonic Gulf, and here to Argos,
signal. I see the signal. Troy has fallen. Oh, wake the Queen. Oh, welcome, beacon, welcome. You'll set them dancing in every street in Argos. Now may heaven bring Agamemnon home. 10 years is too long for any man to be away. Have you heard the news? Have you heard the news?
Enough of this fussing, Solicitor. I'm not a child anymore. Look after her, little woman. Don't like leaving her here by herself.
I'll see no harm present of her. Go well. Go well, young one.
Stay well. Stay well, dear Solicitor. I think I'm afraid. I don't know why.
Bless his heart. I reared him, held him in my arms, and the times he shouted at me in the night when he wanted a biscuit when he felt hungry or a drink when he felt thirsty. For he was more mine than his mother's. That woman. Oh yes, Agamemnon, I raised your son for you. Farewell. Farewell.
So it was my brother. Dearest nurse, dearest Alyssa, where's Orestes going?
I'm supposed to know.
But am I not Electra, his own sister?
Your mother's orders. He's gone to join his young friend Pallades in Phocis for his education.
But why? And why the secrecy?
Don't ask me. No sooner had she heard of strong-armed Agamemnon's victory, she could not get him out of the house quick enough. Some food for the journey, nurse. And don't worry about his extra things. His uncle and I have agreed to everything. He's to go at once.
Uncle indeed. Well, his days are numbered with my father's return. Why should he want Orestes sent away?
I shouldn't ask too many questions about it. You know what we say. He said as soon as landed.
Farewell, Orestes. When shall we meet again, I wonder?
5 days! 5 days! Now see the change that comes to Argos. Terror stalks through the streets, lives in every eye.
Men disappeared without trial, without warning.
Some feared Justus more than the Queen.
He didn't even go to Troy, the piss-pot coward.
Shut up.
So, you've heard. Yes, they're coming home. In 5 days, your men will be restored to you. Of course, we're very proud of them. Sacrifices must be made, Thanksgiving, all that kind of thing. And your king will be coming home too. Dear Agamemnon, with his long-shadowed spear and sun-dappled sword, he'll be there also. We must make sure all is prepared for him. Now to today, in these past years, rumours reach of a discontent in the town. It's true, some men have disappeared, some have died without trial. 1 or 2 have leapt from the top balconies of the palace, rather than undergo interrogation. Others have been banished or confined to their houses and allowed to starve. Some children have been put to the sword. Malcontents, troublemakers. Rest assured it was for the common good. Is it not a war run? Is the home front not as important to the overall victory as the general that is coming? Your king is bringing you concubine, I'm told. One of those Trojan prophetesses, all doom and gloom. Well, we'll know how to deal with her. Be prepared for more changes, that's all I want to say. Now go to your houses. The curfew will be starting early today, at noon in fact. So disperse. Go on. Go quickly and without a sound. You must show the king you know how to behave.
What did she mean? I didn't like the sound of that.
Silence! Go to your homes! Did you not hear the Queen?
A short day, Sir Rice.
Outside, the streets lie naked to the sun.
Nothing stirs, not a dog, not a sheep, not a mule. The olives stand untended in the midday heat. Nothing stirs, even in the houses we nestle at like little mice, wondering what the cat in the palace is up to. 5 days.
Will Agamemnon release his honest tale?
Hush, you must not speak of it like that.
The oracle said it, the oracle meant it. Blood will follow blood. I was there that day 10 years ago when we heard her.
But who will kill who? And will we be bitter?
Rest assured, if anybody benefits, it won't be us.
Be silent.
Those
Treachery.
My father was one of those who fell from the window. They say he committed suicide, but I know it was murder.
Hush!
Cannot last forever.
Or can it?
The day is here! The day dawns!
Lecture! What are you doing, Lecture? For God's sake, go! I've come to greet my father. You know your wonderful wedding. Lecture, my child, you know today is all ceremony. The family reunion will be later. Go on, run!
Welcome, great King of Argos!
Welcome!
Thrice welcome! 3 times we heard of your death at Troy. 3 times grieved, 3 times rejoiced to hear that rumour lied.
We thank you for your words, great Queen, and in turn welcome you to our side.
Welcome!
Thrice welcome! Once for each time you felt yourself bereft of our presence.
There is no dearer sight than shelter after storm. No rest better than that after great endurance. Set foot on the pathway, like honour at your feet.
What's she talking about? That's not part of the ceremony.
I think she seeks to do you honor, my lord.
Nonsense. Set foot on the purple would bring hatred from the gods. Madam, I pray you to excuse me. To walk on the purple would stir great Zeus to jealousy.
Sire, I beg you.
Damn the woman. She knows purple is the colour of reverence. Madam, to walk on the purple would be to hoist myself to the position of God.
So you are! God! God, Agamemnon! In his loving wife's eyes.
What does the priest say?
He says,
Imagine if Troy had been the victor. What would King Priam have done?
Walked on the purple without broad.
Then may the victor not walk where the defeated would have slunk?
I'm glad to say I've more humility than Priam.
No humility. This one time yield, my lord. You've had your conquest. Now give me my victory.
If you put it like that, meet me on the other side. Take care of Cassandra. I'll call for her when this is over. And remember, she's a prophetess and sacred.
I'll be working! This step on the purple and hatred as the god!
I must. rest of my wife is settled.
Ah, see where the man walks the purple like a god.
Beloved wife, I have done as you asked.
Now, Zeus fulfiller, fulfill those prayers I made, and do what must be done.
Fear that haunts me, translates your care. Does the Queen intend? Has she forgotten it, Virginia?
She made us curse once, and yet she smiles and smiles. She will not be forgotten. Come, great king, you must be cleansed of the blood you spilled at Troy. All must be dedicated to the god. I shall perform the purification myself.
Lady, I thank you, and for this welcome.
Something is wrong, but I can't put my finger on it.
Don't you tremble then. Don't you, tart?
Here's blasphemy, man! Follow! Be quiet, you oriental slut! Who's gonna kill her? She's not important.
Silence!
Be silent!
Alone! She's the king's wife.
Inside! You must see what happens inside.
Here. Here will perform the purification.
Watch.
For Aphrodite, daughter of Zeus and Dione. For Apollo, son of Zeus and Leto. For Ares, son of Zeus and Hera. For Artemis, daughter of Zeus and Leto.
Watch.
For Coronis, father of Zeus, and Demeter, goddess of harvest and fruitfulness. All these witness the purification of Zeus. There, it is done, my lord.
No! What will you do?
Witness, Zeus, 'tis overdue death!
Treachery! Killing the king! Glad to molest my wife!
Wait no longer! We know!
And kiss the student kill my father! Now I pray stand!
7 years have passed, Apollo, since my mother sent me from Argos. In all that time, stories of her villainy increase. What am I to do? I am now a man. Must I take a man's revenge?
Apollo, hear this ancient prayer.
Older even than the father's youth.
Older than time, older than Ishtar, Tammuz, Baal.
To avenge a father's death is one thing, but to kill a mother? Mother of us all!
Must be punished. It is God's law, immutable, beyond question.
That I understand. Since assuming heaven after the old gods, use has made his meaning plain. All living things that do wrong must be punished. Nevertheless...
Then why your question?
O great god Apollo, and great oracle through whom the god speaks, consider my position. My mother slew my father. That's the long and short of it. To avenge him, must I then kill her?
You have given your answer. Is she not a sinner?
But to kill my mother? Is that what Apollo really wants?
Shed blood, that is a god's command. A sinner's guilt is world heavy. They deserve to die.
By my hand?
Are you not your father's natural avenger?
But having slain my uncle and my mother, where might I turn for pity?
Not here. That much is clear. Murder for murder, that is a god's command. But he cannot countenance matricide.
But to kill your mother is matricide.
That's your dilemma. It is an edict going back to the older religion. Uranus set 3 sins aside, deserving more punishment than any other. Blasphemy, treachery to host or guest, and the spilling of kindred blood. The breaking of any of these will call down upon your head those furies named the happy ones, whose ancestors come from the depths of time. They will tear your flesh from bone, and even bone from bone if you offend them.
But what of my mother's sin? Why did they not punish her? She shed my father's blood.
Being wife, not sister, it was not kindred.
Then my so-called uncle, my father's cousin, did he not spill kindred blood?
Too far removed. You have our answer. Revenge the murders you must, but in doing so you'll incur the wrath of the old religion.
Beware, you melodies, Orestes! Beware!
Oh, great Zeus, stay! At least offer me some protection for this thing I must do. My ladies?
I am here. Did the god speak?
I am to do the deed, but evermore remain accountable for it.
Oh, then you must do it.
Oh, God. I see this line of blood stretching back to the beginning of time, and forward again to the ending of the world. When will it ever cease?
Perhaps with you. Come, put on the harness of necessity. I will return with you to Argos, there to begin your revenge.
Now comes vengeance.
And all Argus green and ferocious flesh swells beneath. Here, a
treat us as equals.
Worse, they grab the rotting food from our rotting mouths, the bastards.
Oh, do get a move on, Orestes. Come and revenge us before we all die of doing nothing.
Yes, 7 years have passed since Orestes left Argos for Phocea. Now he has grown from childhood to maturity. Remember that when you wonder why no one recognises him as he returns home. We've just the one actor, but think of him before as a child. Author, flying kites and fishing with a bent pin. And see him now as a man with his heart set on murder. To aid the deception, Orestes will wear a mask. Here he comes now. It is winter. Cheerless time. The wind raises grains of dust that cut the place like glass.
Isn't this place Argos? Is that where I was born? This lonesome heap of popple blowing in the wind. Is it? What of it? Argos!
See? Nobody recognises him. Keep it like that.
Oh, master! Infernal! Money! The place is inhabited by beggars!
Say nobody cares anymore. Anyway, how much work can you do when the curfew allows you into the fields for 1 hour a day?
But we are such a proud people!
There he gets to Agamemnon's grave. Here he lies, poor body of a murdered king. Peace to Agamemnon, peace to his shade we sing. Great Father, 7 years to the day we attend your grave, this unmarked heap of stones, where your body was flung to lie with dead dogs, pigs and the city's dung, to honour you. But truth to tell, we have so little honour left. Even our words sound empty now.
That's Electra, my sister.
Once we used to reverence the royal line, even the gods. Now all is turned to apathy and despair.
Argos is a city of the damned. Dance, Electra, dance for your father. One day you'll see, Orestes will come. Great Orestes to avenge the deed.
Carrying his father's sword, his long-shadowed spear.
Orestes, come, my brother, come.
Coming over the hill, his hair flowing in his eyes.
Come, my brother, come. His shoulders set back like a soldier's. Come, my brother, come. His proud feet printed. Come, my brother, come. Come, my brother, come.
Stop!
Somebody has been here. Whose footprint is this? Two strangers. Two strangers. Can it be? How shall I know him? How? We have God. Cause when you and you chasing the ball. His foot caught on the stone, and another scored his head. Lady, my child, it is he!
Lead me to my revenge.
The day has come, my sisters. But we must still bide our time. As watchdog of the old religion, we will make his life a misery. Nor at his conscience, you at his resolution, our aim to drive him to suicide through remorse.
But only after he has committed the crime.
Not he. His arms are steeped in blood.
As far
But remember, that doesn't concern us. We are here to do Ren's bidding. Only the spilling of kindred blood, his mother's, interests us. Until then, stay watching.
So, 7 years to the day since Agamemnon was killed, Electra and Orestes were reunited.
Oh, such a happy day. I remember it as if it was last week, 13th of January, when we were at the meeting.
Electra took Orestes to her hovel.
She had such a bad time with this little fish. Vanished from the palace quite early on. Married off to a fine labourer, way away. But he did his best.
There they made their plans. They knew they would find Aegisthus tending his fields.
Oh, it was just like old times with my little doves, whispering and nodding and...
Come on, old woman, you can tell them about it later.
Greetings, strangers. Who are you and where do you come from?
Thessalians, we journey to sacrifice to Olympian Zeus.
Stay here and be my guests.
Gladly.
I'm killing a bull today in honor of the nymph. So there'll be plenty to eat.
Tell me, why do you throw your stones onto that grave there?
It's an old habit of mine. A beggar's body was once thrown there, one we call Agamemnon. I've got into the habit of throwing all my rubbish there. As I do, I utter a little prayer. Nothing special, just something of my own.
Tell us what you say.
I say, come Orestes, come and claim your own.
Now, Orestes, strange.
Who is Orestes?
Another madman who lives hereabouts.
Then does he come to claim his inheritance?
No! Moses, no! What have we done?
It's too late. His heart is set on murdering his mother.
Keep a strong heart, Orestes, when the moment comes to slay her.
What can I say? He is his mother, poor misguided woman. At his breast the infant murderer's head.
She killed her husband. But to slay a mother is a terrible crime.
Perhaps you will not do it. Perhaps.
Who is it? Who is it that knocks?
A traveller. One who has news for you. On my way here, a man, I know not whom he was, asked me to pass this message to the Queen. Tell her, he said, that her son, Orestes, is dead.
Dead? Oh, ye gods, I don't know whether to rejoice or grieve. Come, young man, into the palace and tell me all you know.
Now, my sisters, the moment approaches.
The deed. You must wait for the deed.
I only wish I could have brought you better news.
You should be made as welcome as if you had.
Aegisthus has been slain! My husband slain?
Yes, madam. First by your hand, and then by mine.
Orestes, did you kill your own mother?
Did you not kill my father and marry with his cousin? Look upon this picture, and this. The counterfeit presentment of two cousins. See what a grace was seated on his brow.
Hyperion's girls. The front of Jove himself. Look you now what follows.
Oh, speak no more, Orestes. Thou turnest mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grey spots that will not leave their tinct.
Kill her!
Oh, Zeus! See where he stands!
Whereon do you look?
On him! On him!
I see no one!
Kill her!
Zeus, give me strength! Higher! Higher! Higher!
Orestes, you were my son once.
See that porcelain knife!
What's exactly the Apollo's temple?
Electra! I cannot leave Electra!
Come with us, Electra! Go back, back! Go, up, up! Get up! Run, Orestes! Orestes! Orestes!
Apollo! Oh, Apollo, save us!
Apollo hears. Go to Athens, there to stand your trial. Athene will hear your case. I, Apollo, will defend you. Back, Furies, back. Orestes is my charge.
To Athens for the trial. Now, I myself didn't see this because, well, I was dead by now. But there are many excellent law reports of the proceedings, so I can tell you exactly what happened. First, 12 Athenians were appointed as jurors. And then, the goddess Athene arrived to try the case. The Eumenides brought the charge. Murder most foul, spilling of a mother's blood, speaking on behalf of the old religion. Whilst Apollo, defending Orestes, represented the new order of morality and reason.
This trial raises several interesting points in law. First, what is justice? And how does it differ from vengeance? The second, has religion any place in justice? And third, to see if only by the way, the status of women in marriage. For whereas the accused claimed he killed his mother for what she'd done, no one is asked to speak in defense of Clytemnestra. And this interests me. For as a woman, albeit a goddess, I believe that if anybody took it upon herself to prove the queen was right to kill her husband, then Orestes would automatically be placed in the wrong. However, no one doing so, we must assume there is no justice for wives. Yet. Since you are the accusers, speak.
First, did you kill your mother?
I cannot deny it.
Good. The first round is ours. How?
With a sword.
On whose advice?
Apollo's.
Objection! I am Apollo and will speak for myself. Reported speech by the accused will only be hearsay evidence.
Objection overruled. What the prosecution is seeking to ascertain is not what you said, but what the accused thought you said.
Oh, wise and upright judge, how I do honor thee.
So tell us.
He told me to commit the crime. He did, in his temple at Delphi.
I find that very difficult to believe.
interrupt, my lady. My testimony will confirm that what the accused says is in essence correct.
Thank you, Apollo. Please continue.
Why did you seek the gods' advice?
My mother had twice offended.
Why?
She had killed a father and a husband.
How much grotesque learned goddess. You proceed to complicate me.
Not at all. It's a perfectly valid point of law. Indeed, I wouldn't blame him if he also claimed she'd killed the king. For that would make the balance on his side overwhelming.
Oh, wise and upright judge, how I do honor thee.
Well, then he'd have 3 reasons for seeking the gods' help. The Olympian law quite clearly states that a wrongdoer must be punished. Therefore, a triple murder...
Objection! We must protest. This is the first we've heard that the case is to be tried by the Olympian law. We were told quite firmly, my friends and I, that the case is to be tried by the Arabian law, which states categorically that the spilling of kindred blood is de facto pardonable.
Yes. That's true, I hadn't thought of that.
Oh, do you see how Orestes paled? The goddess tried to help him,
But is now trapped by her own sense of justice.
Merciful goddess, may I speak? You indicated at the beginning of this trial that this case would examine how justice differs from vengeance.
We're not interested in that. We seek vengeance.
And we seek justice. Now it seems to me... Now it seems to me that the fairness lies in the keystone of all justice. The accused did not kill blindly. He sought advice from every kind and then made up his own mind accordingly. If he'd struck in rage, I'd concede to the prosecution's point. But, like it or not, this is a case for balancing reason against reason and act against act. He committed a thinking man's crime.
She must be punished.
But what sort of punishment?
How say you? Death?
Yes! By remorse! By suicide!
What do you say, Orestes?
You'll get no remorse from me.
We will. By the time we finish with you, my beauty.
Nor do I feel guilt.
Which is exactly my point. Vengeance is blind, justice invokes reason. Kill Orestes if you can, but you'll never get him to kill himself. As a modern man, he believes himself to be innocent. What is guilt but a state of mind? Condemn Orestes all you like, but until he feels guilty, knows himself to be guilty, believes himself to be guilty, all the punishments in the world will be completely pointless.
The argument raged this way and that. It was, you see, a conflict between the old gods and the new. A difficult one for Athene, because she, like Apollo, belonged to the new order.
Let us take a vote. Jurors, you have heard the issue. What it boils down to is this. Orestes has admitted that he committed the murders. But was he justified or not? That is the answer you must give us.
I still protest. The court's making a mockery of the law.
Let us take a vote. Let the votes be counted. If Orestes is acquitted, he'll go free. If not, he'll be handed over to the Furies for punishment.
Now we'll see.
Now.
The tenderest parts are the thoughts of his face upon me. His tongue, his mind.
Oh, my brother, hold me tight. If they rip you piece by piece, let them take me also.
And I, in death, even as in life.
Have you counted the votes?
We have.
And what is the answer?
6 of one and a half dozen of the
This calls for a casting vote. I say Orestes is free. On one condition.
Speak it.
Agree with what Apollo says. Go forth feeling no guilt, but suffer one ounce of remorse, the tiniest twinge of conscience, and the Furies will strip you limb from limb.
So be it.
And that was their verdict.
So we set out, half free, half shackled, knowing that every step of the way would be followed by the amenities.
One drop of regret and he'd be lost.
What a difficult thing is shame, or sorrow, or regret. How hard it must be to stop yourself murmuring even once in sleep, "Mother, I'm sorry."
Just to form its lips in that one repentant word. Mother. And then Furies will happen.
Mother, I am sorry. How many times haven't I said it?
And I.
Sometimes, no.
I rarely say it, but I think it occasionally.
And even that would have been his downfall. Just thinking.
In the still of the night,
Or listening to some music.
or remembering one little scene from his childhood. How could he not think it?
Mother, I'm sorry.
He'd already spent a year seeking sanctuary and purification from everyone who loved it. Now he returned to Apollo's temple of Delphi, weary and sick at heart. It seemed to him the load that Athene had given him was more than any man could bear. Remember, he couldn't even feel doubt.
Look on him. See how he is weakening.
Mother!
Wait!
Mother of us all!
Call the oracle.
Tell me what to do.
What do you seek?
Peace. My feet have felt every road in Greece. Not only do I move during the day, but sometimes several times during the night as well. No place sees me more than once. Yet everywhere I go, the Furies hound me. Reach out a hand to steady myself. They are there. Blink an eye, and they are there. Kneel to pray, and they are there, and there, and there. Is this what Athene meant? Will this continue till the day I die, without peace, without rest?
Where are Electra and Pylades?
Beyond the grove, waiting.
They must marry. Apollo commands it.
It shall be done. But for me.
There is a little northern town, beyond the Bosporus and across the Black Sea, called Taurus. The people of this land have an image of Artemis in their temple, which reached them by ill chance. If you were to steal this image and return it to the goddess's temple in Athens, who is to say you will not find rest?
Artemis. She has no reason to love me. Did she not send the winds against my father when he was trying to sail for Troy? Was it not she that demanded the death of my sister Iphigenia, that drove my mother mad and caused all this blood to flow?
I have spoken.
No, no more. This is another trap. The gods are tricking me again.
Do you question me?
Yes. And again, yes. I'm tired of these games that drive men wild with torment.
Orestes.
No more, I say. No more!
Poor child. Do you really think you can kill the gods? Is it remorse that drives you to these lengths?
Oh, my mother, no.
But you still seek absolution.
So much. So much.
Then go to Taurus. Perhaps you will find it there.
to this place, when my father Agamemnon sought to kill me for the right winds to take his ships to Troy. They tied me to a frame. I remember my father Agamemnon turning pale. Calchas raised the knife, then everything went black. 1, 2, 3 seconds, and when I opened my eyes again, here I was. Later, Artemis told me how she'd saved my life, leaving in my place only a replica for the priest to find. But why should she do this, if not to send me home again one day? Yet 20 years have passed, and not one word from Argos. Last night I dreamt my brother Orestes was dead. Could this be a sign of my lockdown of silence coming to an end?
Zeus of you! My lady's ready!
No! No!
Who are you? And why do you come to this forbidden land?
While Pylades told the priestess of their journey from the south, she found her attention being drawn more and more to the one who cried out. When she heard that from Argos, the very town where she'd been born, her pities knew no bounds, the two young men must die.
Yes. Why did you come? Do you not know? We must kill all strangers here.
Oh, God, you've lied again! I knew this was but another trap. Sweet priestess, why should we both die? Let me die for both of us.
Would you really have it so?
Yes, for I have nothing left to live for. Everything I touch turns to blood. Why have I been so cursed? Yes, take my life and spare his. He's been loyal to death. He deserves all the rewards the gods can give him. Spare him.
No, never!
And that is how it shall be. In return for your life, you shall carry a secret message for me to Argos. On pain of death, you shall reveal the contents to nobody but to those who give you death.
But my lady, what if the ship sinks or the letter is destroyed? Should you not tell me to whom you write and what the letter says?
That shall I do. The message is too important to be entrusted to parchment alone. It is to my brother, Orestes, telling him that his sister, Iphigenia, is alive and needs his help.
Virginia? Then is my mission soon accomplished.
What is this? I told you the matter was secret.
But my lady, this is Orestes. Beloved gods.
My sister.
Then everything was explained. Orestes showed her his scar, talked to her of Electra and of Callista, their nurse, proved he was her brother.
Telling even of the death of the father and mother, and Pylades told her why they'd come, to steal the statue for Artemis.
Now shall I help you, for I am sick of this place of death and irreverence. Seize the statue and take it to your ship, for it seems it is the sign of your redemption. Meet me there, I shall join you shortly.
Mistress, they have stolen the holy image!
Stop them! Stop them! Stand
Do not see the strangers have defiled the image with their action. Summon the king by all means, but first withdraw from this place, while I purify them and the goddess we worship. Enough, be gone. I will only speak the right in private. Orestes, I come. Dear Artemis, who spared my life once before, do so, I beseech you yet again, and bring us safely with your image to Athens.
just now.
He sent forgiveness from the gods.
So, all is well. Bless the gods.
And from that day forth, the Furies ceased to trouble Orestes. Praise Apollo! The little hand of Taurus had provided the answer, and the image of Artemis was carried safely to Athens.
Thus ends the legend of Agamemnon. Oh, one more legend made. Aeetes, Aegisthus' son, claimed the kingdom after his father's death, so Orestes had to kill him as well. But after that, the blood curse which accompanied the story comes to an end. Orestes finally died at the age of 70 from a snake bite.
Praise the gods.
Remember, from suffering, great good can come. For it is out of suffering that man learns.
Go and good, go with you, rich in fortune's favour. When gods and men are reconciled, all lives are crowned with joy.